Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Do come again.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but it is difficult to forget all that occurred at the coronation. I hope never to experience the like of that sensation again.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen, and it seems I was right. I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen, and it seems I was right. Nothing to report, I'm afraid. Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. It was a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence. And in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
That sounds most unpleasant. I do hope we shall remain free of it. Would that this moment might last an eternity.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
The world's changing. Not sure how much longer I can keep the inn open.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at
I've not got food atwixt my teeth, had I?
Welcome, and well met.
Do come again.
Look at them. Bunch of careless fools.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you?
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen. And it seems I was right.
We meet again, Arisen. 'Tis a happy twist of fate that brings us back together.
I've been here so long, I forgot why I came. Fancy a look at my wares?
What was it I had planned?
That's enough for one day.
Say, did you hear? There's been another ox cart raid. How many is that now?
Dunno, but I'd wager it's the work of bandits. Gotta be them coral snakes again, eh? Sir Lissandro's been iron hands in a bid to flush 'em out. Though they haven't found 'em yet.
Well, if they're not caught soon, we'll be seeing shortages. Mark my words.
You ever heard of the coral snakes? There's no lack of brigands looking to make some easy coin out on the roads, but what's scary about these coral snakes is how damn organized they are. Talk is, they fall upon you all at once, and they're gone just as quick, along with all your goods and coin. I thought only fools turned to banditry, but if they're capable of maneuvers like that, they must be a clever sort, eh? Why not live honestly if they've the brains for it? Suppose that's a foolish question. At any rate, if you've a mind to catch 'em and make a name for yourself, you ought to speak to Sir Lissandro.
A group of bandits has been terrorizing the roads of late, targeting our ox carts and the cargo they carry. They call themselves the Coral Snakes, and they are no common thieves. They are organized and deadly efficient. And worse still, they are without scruples. They have been killing and stealing in equal measure. Devils, the lot of them. What say you? Would you lend your aid in catching them? Many thanks, sir. I shall be glad to know someone is doing aught to help us. You all begin by scouring for their hideout. It must be somewhere near the highway. For that, mayhap you could learn aught by speaking with some survivors of the raids. Pray seek out the Coral Snake's hideout. It cannot be far removed from the highway. Mayhap you could learn aught by speaking with some survivors.
I'm starving, I am. Food? Have you any food? Many thanks. I'm still very hungry, so if you've any more food to spare some charity for the poor. Ah!
You there! What do you think you're doing, huh? You keep your hands off him. Don't go thinking you can treat the poor however you like just because you're better off.
Calm down, Hugo. You've got it all wrong. This kind sir has been good enough to share some food with me. I've the both of you to thank for my good health and my full belly.
Is that right? Suppose I owe you an apology then, cuz. In my defence, one can't be too careful. There's a child-snatching scoundrel around nearly every corner in these parts. The name's Hugo, by the way. I'm a helper of sorts to the poor who live here. Ain't many folk willing to offer that sort of kindness. Even just one more's a glad sight, let me tell you. So pay me no mind. And I'm sorry for before. If you're here to help, I'll not say another word against you.
Many thanks, sir. Lucky I am to have the two of you looking out for me. Many.
We've naught to discuss.
Can't imagine living any other way now.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
There's been more trouble, as if we needed it. Happened right near here, too. I'd bet my left boot 'twas those coral snakes behind it. Nowhere's safe anymore. Seems they've slept past this checkpoint and gone right into Batal. Would they put all that effort into honest work like the rest of us? If someone doesn't put a stop to them anon, we'll all be sorry. A city can't function without a steady supply of goods, and fewer carts are making the journey. They say you should be thankful for your life, but simply being alive isn't the same as living, eh? The trouble happened due south of here. 'Twill be those coral snakes again, I'm sure of it.
Isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
'Tis well to be prepared, but over-preparation.
First blood's always the sweetest.
You all right?
Halt, I say!
Who? Fight?
I'll have you!
Pursuing yon bandit may well lead us to the fiend's hideout. Come, Master, there's not a moment to lose.
Ah, there you are. You're the one who'll be aiding us in routing the coral snakes, yes? I believe their hideout lies somewhere nearby, though the entrance has proven elusive.
There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could tell you more about them if you like, Master.
Have you lost it? A child was hurt during today's raid. We don't hurt children. That's the rule. Don't tell me you forgot.
Sorry. Must have slipped my mind.
It's like that, is it? Huh? That what you're gonna tell Lenzo? He says we don't hurt kids. So you better.
Hold it! Who's this, then?
We've got an intruder. I'll go warn Lenzo.
Coming here was the last mistake you'll ever make, cuz.
Come to think of it, we're all of different locations.
We can't share.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Son of a...
The field of battle is what to pit us against our fellows, but that does not make cutting down easier to bear. Did as you say.
No. Am I going to make it?
Come on, this way. I need to get you out of here before things get bloody. That's what Lenzo said to do, if we ever got raided. So come on, you lot. We're going to go see him. He'll keep us all safe. I'm sure of that. They're already here. Run for it!
You scared? You should be.
I would light up my packet. I'd shatter the heavens. This place still has its secrets. Surely to...
I don't stand a chance.
My thanks. We shall accompany you now. Those coral snakes must pay for their crimes. We shall join you and aid your efforts however we can.
Give no quarter.
Glad am I to have Captain Benjamin's assistance. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Hugo! We're out of time, lad. We'll have to scarper.
Come in, Lenzo!
But before I forget, here you are. Time for you to make yourself useful. 'Tisn't the first time I've taught an unseasoned whelp the meaning of betrayal. And it shall be the last! Goodbye, lad. Don't be sore. You were a fool, but a useful one.
I can't believe it.
Arrest him!
Lanzo. Why?
A job well done. It is unfortunate that their leader escaped, but I very much doubt the coral snakes will be using this hideout again. We'll interrogate the lad and see what he knows. Mayhap he can tell us aught of the leader's whereabouts. The coral snakes are still an enigma. Mayhap the lad can tell us more.
Alas, these bandits are duplicitous devils. I cannot help but feel for the lad, though he was one of them.
We'd all hoped for a better outcome.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
Lanzo. Why? Lanzo. Why?
The coral snakes are still an enigma. Mayhap the lad can tell us more.
Lanzo.
I can't solve all your problems, you know.
Ah, yes. You're the one who aided us in storming the coral snake's hideout. I've been questioning Hugo, the bandit we took into custody, but he refuses to answer any of my questions. In fact, he's hardly said a word. The lad's been sent back to his cell for now, but perhaps I could trouble you to talk with him. I seem to recall that he recognized you. Are you acquainted? At any rate, methinks you might have more success loosening his lips than I.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Perhaps you'd like my assistance with that quest. I can draw upon my experiences beyond...
So you're the one Benjamin sent to get the whelp to talk, eh? Well, go on then. Don't dawdle, and I'll thank you not to distract the jailers from their charge. Aye, what can I do for you? Oh, you want the bandit whelp released, do you? I suppose I could consider it. Aye, being head jailer has its privileges. I could accommodate such a request if I were so inclined. Of course, you'd need to prove your integrity first. I can't go... Aye, you've made your case well. I'll see to it that the request for the lad's release is put through. But you might have to be patient. One cannot rush these things.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
My parents were killed by brigands. And I've no doubt I'd have followed them to an early grave if Lanzo hadn't taken me in. He made me a part of the Coral Snakes. Gave me a home, a life. I wanted to repay him however I could, so I did what he told me. I know it ain't right to steal, but I thought I could use all that gold I filched to help someone, like Lanzo did for me. I didn't take it for myself, it was for the poor. I wanted to give people a chance to choose a better path in life. Instead of... That's why I did the things I did. Understand? And I don't believe for a moment that Lanzo meant what he said to me in the hideout. 'Twas all an act. So if you're waiting for me to talk, cuz, don't hold your breath.
You want a way to release the whelp sooner? Do you realise what you're asking? Well, there might be a way, only you didn't hear it from me. I've not the authority to promise such a favour, but that doesn't mean no one does. The head jailer, for instance. I reckon he could get the lad his freedom, if you made it worth his while. I reckon the head jailer could get the lad his freedom. Just remember, you had naught of this from me.
No, there's no need to fret. These things take time, you understand.
I can't solve all your problems, you know.
That's why I did the things, and I don't believe for a moment that Lanzo...
Ugh.
Ah, well met. You'll be glad to hear we've succeeded in capturing another of the coral snakes. Fortunately for us, this one started talking the moment a bargain of acquittal was mentioned. Mayhap through speaking with him, we might discern some means of loosening Hugo's tongue.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
I suppose...
Greetings, sir. You're here about the whelp, I presume. Aye, but I'm afraid things aren't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. It's my superiors, you see. They understand that there are some extenuating circumstances, but the lad's still a thief. They're not convinced he should be released so soon. Normally, I'd let the matter lie, but methinks I could find the courage to try again with only a little motivation. What say you, sir? Have you any words of encouragement for me?
A shame. We'll see if you can escape me a second time.
Who are you supposed to be then, eh? Quit staring. Wait, you're one of the ones that came crawling into our hideout. Ha! Yeah, ain't funny, really. See, I'm talking about Hugo, of course. Ha! Didn't you hear him sobbing as we left? Lanzo, why? Boo-hoo! Bet he's still crying over it, eh? Like a babe without its mum. Of course, Lanzo's already forgotten about the poor sod. Was right glad to be rid of him, truth be told.
That blackguard. Oh, it tells me there's more to his tale. Not sure I can stomach it, mind.
Hugo's been following Lanzo around ever since he was a kid. Wouldn't quit it neither, even when it got him a beating. Still, there's a use for whelps like him. Guards aren't like to throw a brat in jail for pocketing a few trinkets, eh? They can earn their own living that way. When one shop starts getting suspicious, they just move on to another. Easy pickings for a kid. And having a few whelps along makes setting up in a new town a trice. The guards don't suspect a thing. But Hugo had gotten too big for that, see? We'd run out of uses for him. Well, save throwing him to the dogs, so as we could make our escape. Hard to believe the lad never figured out we was using him. Real loggerhead, that one. Did he ever tell you his story? About how his parents were killed by brigands or some such? Couldn't be more obvious who that was, eh? Ah, his mum was a comely lass. Don't remember a thing about his da. We roughed them up, had a bit of fun. Emptied their purses and the like. Lanzo slit their throats himself. 'Twas hard not to laugh, watching daft little Hugo grow up, hanging off Lanzo's bootstraps and never questioning a damn thing. We've a new hideout now, over on the ancient battleground. Aye, I ain't afraid to tell you that. I might owe Lanzo a favour or two, but not... In fact, why don't you go pay him a visit, eh? Ain't right that I'm the only one in this hole.
Seems we've heard all this scum has to offer. Makes you sick, doesn't it?
What do you want now? What? He said... What? That can't be right. But... if he did that to me, then what about all those kids? No. Tell me it's all a lie, damn you!
I can't solve all your problems, you know.
'Twill be no simple matter to secure the well. What say you, sir? But
a shame.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
If you're looking for the whelp, you'll not find him here. He's just... And that bandit with the loose tongue's dead. Took a knife to the gullet. Not hard to guess whose 'twas. Consign it. Suppose he was rotten to the core after all, like the rest of those snakes. If you're looking... And that bandit with the loose tongue's... Not hard to guess whose 'twas.
Can't leave my post, I'm afraid.
you know who you're dealing with? Bugger off if you want to see the morrow.
You? This your work, then? I came to get my vengeance, only to find all those who could give it to me already dead. Fie. Seems my entire life's a farce, and I'm the only one not laughing. I don't rightly know where to go from here. What am I to do now? An honest life, huh? What a lark. This is the only life I've ever known. It's too late for me to change paths now. Oi. Listen, do you really think someone like me could live an honest life after all that's happened? I've always wanted to try. Earning an honest living, I mean. But what could I do? Not sure as I've many skills, save picking pockets. And no one would want me working for him, would they? You know of a place I could work? Where? You think I could work there? But true. What? You went out and looked for a job for me? But why? Well, I give it a try, I suppose. Not sure how it'll turn out, but it's a start at least. I'll do my best not to make a mess of it. Oh, and thank you, cuz.
I shall lead us to our destination, so do try not to rush ahead.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
We would be ill-advised to proceed without light. Have no fear, Master.
Oi there, cuz. Come to check up on me, have ya? No need. I'm faring all right. Turns out, I think. I mean, I'm trying my hardest, like I said I would. But there's still, I've kept my hands clean, that much I can promise ya. Wouldn't it be right to do otherwise? Not when you were the one who found me this work. If I did slip back into my old habits, your name would suffer for it more than mine. Tell is, aught's happened up at the palace. Not sure what.
I've little enough gold to spend as tears.
It's like being spoiled by a good patron. A place to soothe the spirit.
I'm just grateful I get to lead in my life.
Mayhap circumstantial contrived to entertain.
There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could tell you more about them if you like, Master.
Greetings, Sir Arisen. Have you come to enjoy the waters of the curative spring yourself? The injury I sustained in Her Majesty's defense is healing steadily. Yet 'twill be some time afore I am ready to leave. Though I am grateful for this opportunity to convalesce, I grow restless, as there is a matter I wish to investigate post-haste. Perhaps I wish to know the identity of the villain who orchestrated the attempt on the Empress's life. The rogue you captured has been questioned at length, but last I heard has yet to reveal this information. Methinks you—
I vow to see this endeavor through to its end.
Heavens, Fen.
It seems we must have a word with the fiend who attacked Empress Nadinia. He rots in Batal's jail as we speak. Very well. I'll guide you there directly. We cannot accompany you there, Master, but fear not. You'll find us here when you return.
What are ye doing here? Come to laugh at me, have ye? Suppose it must make ye feel a hero, seeing the man ye caught yourself sitting behind bars. But ye ain't fool enough to think the Empress is safe now I'm in here, are ye? Go on then, and don't come back. What's this? Come for another laugh, have you? Coin's a fine thing. Even in a place like this, it's got its uses. Reckon ye must be touched in the head, giving coin to a would-be murderer just to hear his story. Still, suppose I'm no longer a part of this, so I'll tell ye a little something, as thanks for your generosity, cuz. I got this job by way of the coral snakes. I only did as I was instructed. If you want to know who hired them in the first place, you're best off asking a snake. Lucky for ye, there's one right here in the jail.
Ugh.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
This worrying's giving me an achy back.
The best quality a soldier can have is loyalty.
So, the brigand claims to have been employed by the coral snakes. Whoever is truly behind this has covered their tracks well. But if Her Majesty is to be protected, we must flush the betrayer out at all costs. Might I beg a moment of your time, Sir Arisen? What I'm about to reveal is known only to a select few in all Batal. During his interrogation, the brigand let slip that another assassin would be sent to kill the Empress. In the name of caution, Her Majesty has taken up residence in a location known only to me. My plan is thus. You will inform the coral snakes of the Empress's location. A false one, of course. Tell them that you have her in your custody. And that if they wish to confirm her identity, they must come to the empty abode south along Flamebearer Palace Road. 'Tis my hope that this will lure the mastermind to the fore. For you.
What say we gather some information? you, Master. I'd not leave this unread.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
What do you want? You've got the Empress? This some kind of jape? Suppose the fact you're telling this to me means you're in the know. You one of us? Right then. I'll pass these tidings along to our interested party. Where should I tell them to find you? The empty house south of the Pilgrim's Path, is it? Fair enough. Fear not. I'll arrange for the interested party to meet you in the empty house south of the Pilgrim's Path. Fear not. I'll arrange for the interested party to meet you.
Batal's Empress has clearly earned the love and respect of her subjects.
I've remarked that myself. They revere Her Majesty with all their hearts and...
Sir Arisen, I take it you have given the Coral Snakes the information we discussed. Then the villain behind Her Majesty's assassination will doubtless be compelled to act with all due haste. And so must we. Let us begin our preparations presently.
Follow me.
Now we shall be able to transport ourselves here at any time, so long as we've a ferry stone with us.
I suppose. By your will.
Might I implore you to play the part of a bandit, Sir Arisen? As one of Her Majesty's champions, my face is like as not to be known to our villain. I have also employed the aid of a woman resembling Her Majesty in stature and build. She will fulfill the role of Empress during the exchange.
No, Manella. We must go ourselves.
Your Majesty, I don't think...
Should the ruse be discovered too soon, the renegade may flee and escape justice. We must confront them, so that our land and its people may ne'er endure such uncertainty again.
Understood. Then I shall guard your Majesty with my life. We must needs be ready for whate'er comes, Sir Arisen. Pray, tell me when you are prepared.
It seems you are called upon to act alone, so we pawns shall join your audience. I do hope you play your part.
I suspect the villain will approach under cover of night. Are your preparations concluded? I am glad to hear it, and not a moment too soon. We have received word that someone approaches our location. Find a way to loosen the villain's tongue. I shall remain hidden till the opportune moment presents itself. May all go as planned.
Come. Would you kindly open the door? Let us not waste time. I am here to confirm the identity of your captive and naught else. Where might she be?
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Indeed. 'Tis the Empress and none other. Fortunately for you. It is by the Coral Snakes' failure that she yet lives. I trust you are prepared to rectify this mistake. Go on. Kill her. Indeed. 'Tis by the coral snakes' Go on. Kill her. That is far enough. You must forgive me. I suspected foul dealings from the moment I heard the Empress was being held here. However, with this display you have earned my trust. In truth, she cannot die here. We must have her meet her, and in a place more fitting. Tell me, do you know what it takes to inspire action in this world? Tragedy. Yes, tragedy. The emotion that floods forth in the wake of such events can change the world entire. Consider what a tragedy of singular measure, such as that of a great leader martyred for her ideals, could achieve. A worthy funeral pyre for an empress, wouldn't you agree? And so Her Majesty's tragedy must be made a spectacle of, that all Batal might bear witness and shed tears of blood.
So this was your aim. It all becomes clear.
On your knees. We have you surrounded. Sir Armhild! So it was you!
Manella, this little ruse was your doing, I suppose. And as for your Majesty, I must say I am disappointed. You would go so far to save your own neck, rather than do what is best for the future of this country.
We understand what you desired to achieve. Yet we also believe that no ideal can truly be born from bloodshed. Perhaps you will ponder this in your solitude. By our authority as Empress, we hereby place you under arrest. We pity Armhild, but her ideals are not our own. We do not believe that Batal would be best served by a martyred Empress.
I shall escort Sir Ermhild to her cell. I cannot thank you enough for your aid in this matter, Sir Arisen.
That fool understands naught. Does she think she can exact change in this world through goodwill alone?
Beg pardon, sir, but you wouldn't happen to be Batali, would you? You're not? Oh, thank goodness. I've a favour to beg, and I dare say I oughtn't ask it of anyone but a fellow Vermundian. This letter must reach the hands of a man called Ernesto. I've heard tell he's stationed on Volcanic Island, but the road in that direction appears to have been blocked off. 'Twould seem another route lies to the south, only it is plagued by monsters, and I dare not brave it myself. But you seem the capable sort. A soldier, I dare say. I'm sure such beasts would pose little trouble for one of your skill. Pray aid me in this matter, sir. I should not ask such an ordeal of you if I was not sorely desperate.
This needs to be delivered. Shall we see it done?
This letter is precious indeed. Shall we see it to Sir Ernesto, encampment on Volcanic Island? Good, we're here.
Pray, hold a moment. Have you some business in our encampment? You may call me Ernesto. I have been charged with overseeing the patrols here on Volcanic Island. I'm afraid I cannot allow you to simply wander about as you please. Might I inquire as to what brings you here? You came all the way out here to deliver this to me? 'Twas most generous of you, sir. Now, pray, grant me a moment to pen a missive of my own. Here you are. Would you be so kind as to deliver this to a man by the name of Barbas? You will find him in the Agamemnon ruins, not far from here. Do this, and the author of that letter shall be afforded refugee status. I trust you understand the importance of this task.
We've a delivery to make, 'twould seem.
Alas, I too fled vermin for Batal many years ago. I had a Vermundian soldier I was. But being Beastren, my comrades and I were oft given missions of certain doom. With tooth and claw, we fought to earn our place. Yet, 'twas not praise that awaited us upon our return, but more battlefields. Vermund considers its Beastren residents as disposable as cattle. Eventually, I couldn't stomach that existence anymore, and I made my way here, to Batal. It took time, but I've managed to build a life for myself in this land. Now, I strive to use my position to grant the same opportunity to others. Here, at least, we are treated a little better than cattle. We are free to live our lives, however harsh those lives may be. Batal is hardly a haven, even for Beastrons. This land has its own troubles, same as any other. For proof, you need look no further than this very island. I can scarce imagine an operation like the one in the Agamemnon ruins being permitted in Vermont. 'Tis a grim affair indeed. I can see why some would term that place the Hole. But that is neat.
Aho! A ballista!
Oh, I can think of all manner of uses for a contraption such as this. Might we not
Would you be kind enough to deliver my missive to Barbas in the veer not from the main road, and you shall come upon them ere long.
Hi, I'm Barbas. What do you want? Brought something for me, have you? Let's have a look, then. Very well. You may leave this matter in my hands. I wouldn't worry too much. I've no doubt this poor exile's request will be approved. You've done a good thing this day, sir. I know it isn't much, but I want you to have this.
Mayhap 'twas somewhat overdone, but no matter. With any luck, Sir Akarkios shall know.
Fine man, that's Sir Ernesto. He uses his position to grant aid to those who would flee vermin for Batal. Mayhap you'll be intrigued to know I made that very same journey once. I was a vermin myself. Life's no dream now, mind. Those of us who escape vermin are given the lowest tasks. The ones no one else would touch. We're outcasts. And yet still I can say my lot has improved. We're given wages for our work, for one. That's unheard of in Vermont. I shouldn't worry too much about your friend and his letter. I'll see to it that his request is approved ere long.
Perhaps.
Yes, what is it? Saurian tales. Ah, you must have heard tell of me from my usual buyer. I should be glad to part with a few. I trust you've brought the necessary coin. Right, here you are.
Just so we're clear, you are not to speak a word of this to anyone. If someone were to find out about our arrangement, I'd lose more than my job. Pray, leave me be. I'm at the bottom rung of the ladder here. What do you hope to gain by intimidating me? My uniform? But why? Never mind. Perhaps I'd best not know. Take it, then, and trouble me no more.
So, this Ambrosius fellow possesses knowledge of the god. God's way. Then we had best seek him out. Of import, I take it. Very well. I will lead the way.
Is this the abode of the good arisen? Pray, pardon the intrusion. I am an attendant in the service of Empress Nadinia. Her Majesty would make a request of you. Might you have a moment to hear it? You've my gratitude, sir. Her Majesty awaits you outside. Pray, follow me.
We thank you for meeting us at this late hour, Sir Arisen. We require protection of both our person and our identity as we make for our destination within the city.
Though Batal has no official dealings with Vermund, the countenance of its Empress is widely known. And trouble would undoubtedly ensue should the Empress's presence be discovered. You must see to it that Her Majesty arrives at her destination unseen.
We make for the Rose Chateau. Prithee see us there safely before dawn breaks.
Now, let us be off! We ought not to delay our departure any further.
Pray remain vigilant while escorting Empress Nadinia. We pawns shan't follow, that you might attract less notice.
I suppose 'tis so.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I beg you. I need that medicine.
Can't help you, I'm afraid. My stock's low enough as 'tis. I shan't go selling what little I've got left to a ruddy beastren.
But my wife, she's like to waste away if I don't get it to her.
How very cruel. We ne'er imagined matters to be so dire. Is there aught we may do to aid this man?
You have a kind heart, Your Majesty, but you cannot afford to reveal yourself here, else we may ne'er reach our destination. Perhaps the good Arisen would assist this gentleman in Her Majesty's stead.
What? You in the market for some medicine as well? A likely story. I heard you whispering out there. What a good heart our Arisen has. But I shan't be selling it to you if 'tis to end up in beastren hands. Well, 'tis a princely sum to pay on behalf of a common beastren. But I'll take it. Can't afford to refuse a deal that sweet. The medicine's...
This is the medicine I need. Oh, happiest of days. My wife is saved. Words cannot express my gratitude to you, sir. I shall never forget this good turn you've done me.
That was neatly done, Sir Arisen. His lady wife ought now recover.
Come. We've a ways to travel yet before we reach the Rose Chateau. We ought make haste.
Oi, you lot, help me. I've got a soldier on my tail. If I'd known 'twas his house, I'd have chosen somewhere else to fill my pockets, believe me.
You appear before us to beg that we abet you in a crime of your own doing.
What o' it? You're a beastron too, aren't you? Then you ought to know as well as I do that stealing's the only way we can survive in this city. Come on, help me out here. Consider it a favor to one of your kin. Heartless knaves. I've wasted enough time here. I'm off. Oh, son of a...
Silence, brigand! 'Tis off to the jail with you.
'Tis a hard life these people lead, that they should be so desperate as to turn to villainy. Yet a kindness granted to a man fallen so far would do little to better his circumstances. Let us press on. We have arrived at last. Thank you kindly, Sir Arisen. Now, to attend to the matter for which we have come. Prithee await our return here. We are grateful for your patience. The matter is attended to. We have allies here in the Rose Chateau who offer their aid to our cause in secret. Namely, to create a place where the beastrons of Vermund may live in peace.
Were it to come to light that Batal has provided aid of any kind to Vermund, there would be a scandal, and all of Her Majesty's good deeds would be unmade. Thus, Her Majesty must work in secret, offering her support from the shadows. But let us not linger. I have arranged for an ox cart to meet us by the statue of the Arisen.
Do you know before whose likeness we now stand? 'Tis that of Rotheus, founder of Vermund. Oh yes, was none other than a beastron who gave rise to this kingdom. Yet, in spite of this history, our people find little welcome here. Quite the opposite, as we have witnessed this night. Past wars twixt Vermund and Batal have done much to worsen beastrons standing here. This we cannot deny. Yet as ruler of a beastron nation, we can do no less than long for the day in which our people will be treated kindly wheresoe'er they may tread. And we would be remiss not to pray that the future you envision, as predestined ruler of this domain, we bid you good night, Sir Arisen.
Some time ago now, the sea itself dried up. And you would not believe the fuss that was made about it. All I say is true. Why should I lie? Twas a strange time, but I remember it still, clear as...
Who are you? No, never mind, 'tis of little import. I'm searching for blue crystal shards. Find any, and I'll pay you handsomely. The bigger they are, the higher your reward will be. Is that all? Tiny fragments such as these aren't nearly good enough. Still, I expect I'll find a use for them. Here, take your coin and be gone. 'Tis a god's sway. Well, to be precise, the crystalline substance from which 'tis made. By refining such crystals, anyone can attain the power of the Arisen. The power to command pawns, that is. However, small fragments are meaningless. They cannot contend with the Arisen's power, you see. Speaking of which, should you find any large fragments, bring them to me, won't you? Though that might be difficult, we've scoured this area quite thoroughly, I should think. 'Tis possible larger shards may have been mistaken for jewels and carried off by scavengers or collectors or some such. Mayhap one such as the Oracle or the Dragon Forged would be able to aid you in locating them. I can tell you no.
Phantasms! Let's be on your guard!
I suppose I'll handle this.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
How many years have passed?
There are one or two...
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking...
Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. So long as ye retain your will, you'll find you're bound to it, and it to ye. The dragon is the embodiment of destructive force, though this does not mean that it is evil. Understand this. The concepts of good and evil are mortal inventions, and thus cannot be applied to the dragon. It is a being of a higher order. As are ye, now that the dragon has marked ye, setting ye apart from your fellows. The Arisen is a transcendent being, always chosen by the dragon. Thus, when the dragon is made manifest, so too is an Arisen. And should that Arisen fall, another shall rise in their place. The cycle is doomed to continue till the dragon is felled, for that is what the will of this world has ordained. I am the husk of he who was once arisen. My final battle against the dragon culminated in the loss of the will that should have seen me bring the creature low. Thus, as the Arisen is defined by the strength of their will, from that moment on, I was arisen no longer. Such is the world's will. I dare say it compels me e'en now to impart upon ye all the knowledge I possess. Ye need not seek the dragon. Make no mistake. The dragon will appear before ye when the time is come. Still, I suppose I can tell ye about a rumor I heard the other day. Apparently, a dragon was sighted in Harv village, though I am not sure I believe it. After all, now that ye have been marked as arisen, the dragon ought next appear before ye at the appointed time. So it stands to reason that e'en if a creature of draconic aspect and destructive powers did appear in that village, 'twas no dragon. A mockery of one, perhaps, but not the dragon true. The substance of which ye speak is formed of crystallized droplets of dragon blood. Worm's life crystals can be obtained not only from the true red dragon, but from lower drakes as well. They retain a measure of draconic power, and when used correctly, will bestow upon ye powers that eclipse the will of this world. The Godsway? Forgive me, but I've ne'er heard of such a thing. However, some years past, a sorcerer of Batal came to me seeking knowledge of the dragon, just as ye have. Faces, I believed he called. It appeared his intent was to alter the will of the world through mortal means. Perhaps there is some connection. Then go. But visit me again when ye have spilled draconic blood. Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap. Then I bid ye farewell, and...
There are one or two places of interest nearby. I could... Tell you more about them if you like, Master.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds.
I knew you would come, Arisen One. You seek answers, and you shall have them, if 'tis within my power to know them. Loath as I am to admit it, I know little of the artifact of which you speak, though I shall tell you aught I can. I sense a land soaked in warmth. A warmth akin to your own, Arisen, to that of the power of the life you possess. Yet it now lies many fathoms below the surface of the sea, in a place unreachable by mortal hands. Though 'tis strange, For I sense also that this warmth grows ere near. 'Twould seem a path will be open to you in time, allowing you to venture into the heart of this warmth, so like your own. Perhaps he who was dragon-forged can tell you more. Seek him out in Harve Village, if you would learn from him. Can it be you are lost? The path to the dragon has many turns, but I can illuminate the way ahead, if you so... The God's way. 'Tis a mystery even before my sight. This meeting shall not be our last, Arisen One.
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know that I would be glad to purchase.
Gathering materials makes for dull work indeed.
About time you came along. I have a special tale to share with you today. Or so I'd like to say, but it is getting rather late. Let's spend the night. We can talk again come the morn. Ah, good. You're awake. Look to the sea, my friend. Hard to resist setting out in one's boat with fair skies like these, eh? Now, I've told you about the sunken temple in the middle of the sea, haven't I? I'm quite sure I mentioned it. But I ne'er spoke of the man who resides there. He was such a worthy ruler in life that his armies safeguard him even in death. As he himself would have it, he was once entrusted with the task of watching over this world from the heavens above. Yet he tired of his duty and abandoned his perch in the sky in favor of founding a small kingdom on the ground. Alas, though he was a just and goodly ruler, there is not a single person alive who remembers his name. Oh, it sounds unfortunate, but if you ask me, 'tis all a matter of perspective. It can be a blessing to forget, and to be forgotten. I should know. In all my long years, I've never forgotten a single thing. I remember everything, every little detail. Would that I could forget some of it. A lie it may seem, but a lie it is not. I speak only the truth, as you well know. Come see me again if it pleases you. I've tales aplenty to share.
Heavens fend, I'd ne'er seen the like. I'd not known there were ruins in the depths of this cavern till the path appeared. 'Twas magic, methinks. I should have liked to investigate, if the place hadn't been crawling with monsters. I'll be needing sturdier arms than these afore I head back in there, I fear. At any rate, I'd best report this discovery to my commander. I only pray naught grave shall come of it.
It rather feels like aught's lying in wait for us. But we shan't find out what 'tis unless we press on.
I suppose 'tis so.
All I say is true. Why should I lie?
Right, just follow me. Cavern's depths lie ahead. Onward.
We'd best be prepared to make our own light before we proceed.
'Tis easily done. Fear not. You're safe with me. Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
Feast your eyes on this!
The arisen, open to the bone.
Well aimed strike, right where it hurts. It never hurts to replenish our stock of these. They are apt to dwindle in the heat of battle.
So, another comes seeking to inter me. Yet your wicked schemes will avail you not, Watching One. Time and again have you sent unto me your minions. Yet repel them I have, and so I shall anew, till I might claim the true world as mine own. Why do you not draw your blade? This battle... You seek not my death. Then you are not of the Watching One. I am Rothas, founder of the Kingdom of Vermund. And you appear to be arisen. Tell me your reason for coming here. God's way. Speak you of those trinkets conjured by the wizards of Batal. E'en from these depths I have beheld the Batali scuttling about, gathering their fragments. 'Tis a baleful, maddening act to transmute the fractured souls of Arisen into such frivolous baubles. Aye, that which you seek is a soul much like your own. Yet rarely will you find one intact, for splinters are all that remain of those pitiful Arisen who were bade come here by the Watching One to end me. The flesh may rot, the soul fragment, yet power endures. And 'twould seem the Batali seek to augment this power through their perverted arts. Though to what nefarious end, I know not. Yet 'tis folly, the frolicking of children. Such a trinket could ne'er hope to fell the dragon, let alone the Watching One. I know little of your intent, but I sense in you a powerful will. A will that urges you towards fulfillment of some great feat. I shall grant you this blade. It too is the soul of an Arisen. Mine own, in fact. Refined in purest dragon blood. Alas, the ages have taken their toll. 'Tis as withered as mine own flesh. Yet, mayhap, the Batali's profane magics would be capable of drawing forth its latent potency. If that is what you seek, Arisen, then go on to their stronghold. I believe 'tis there you shall find the means to achieve it.
every shadow and mind the ceiling.
Pray, speak up, should you notice aught amiss.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
No, this is all wrong. What use of pitiful fragments such as these? What we have achieved is sufficient to sway the pawns. But when the time comes to fell the dragon, I fear it may not be enough. Lord Faith... Ah, a new hand, are you? Have you some business with me? Why? 'Tis an orisons. This is incredible. I've never seen such a luster. But why do you possess such a thing? Where did you obtain it? No, never mind. All that matters is this. With this alone, I shall be able to craft a superior godsway, the finest of all created to date. I must make haste that I might deliver it to Lord Phasis even a moment sooner. But wait, no. I have not the worm's life crystals to restore it. Confound it all! Oh, don't be ridiculous. Do you even understand what you are offering? Worm's life crystals can only be obtained from drakes. But I suppose I am in no position to decline, even if 'tis a fool's errand. Lord Phasis is satisfied with the God's way as 'tis, you see. And as I can expect no support from him, you can expect little aid from me. Though I suppose 'twouldn't do to send you away entirely empty-handed. Feel now. As I've said, Worm's life crystals can only be obtained from drakes and their ilk. Seek one out and fell it, if 'tis within your power. All the better if it happens to be a lesser dragon. You would be so... You've returned. Have you obtained any Worm's life crystals? You have? Incredible! That is no small feat. I must admit, I had not thought you much chance of success. Yet here you are. And this is precisely what I require to complete my work. I shan't delay. Come by again tomorrow. By then, I will have produced a god sway of unparalleled quality.
Good to see you, Master.
Our research will bear fruit ere long.
Dull days for us.
Oh, it is finished. The result is even more sublime than I'd hoped. I must deliver it to Lord Phaesus at once. Though, mayhap. Now, I cannot leave this in your hands. I may not be fleet of foot, but only I can do this. Wait, I've changed my mind. You take it. Deliver the blade to Lord Phaesus. You ought reach him in time.
Go now. Make haste for Moonglint Tower. There your journey will come to an end, one way or another.
Quiet here. Our brigands lurking about.
It's high time I began my meditations.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
I am proud of my devotion. I've got to focus. As well I should.
Found a chest. But I wouldn't get too excited if I were you. You won't always find what you hope for. It is unfathomably enormous. I dare say a Cyclops would be as an ant beside it.
Whatever its intent, I suppose we can ill afford to leave it be.
It ought to be stopped, but it doesn't seem likely to heed our commands.
Lord Phases! 'Tis not a foe to be faced by those hoping to see the morrow.
Mine's not the stone puppet, then. We move.
I'm simply to deliver him to the tower, eh? Suppose I ought to have expected a catch.
My word, what is that? Your statue appears to be pursuing Lord Phases.
Ah, yes. Now I see. Let us do whatever we can to slow it down. It might prove futile, but it's better than watching on in despair.
Very well, I must.
I've got to use this chance to recover.
Its lumbering frame is riddled with footholds, should we be bold enough to reach them. We've heard a lot about this Lord Phasus fellow. Perhaps we will finally gain an audience with him at Moonglint Tower. Very well. I'll guide you there directly. Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
Would seem the stone puppet has stopped. Have the wounded been tended to?
Yes, my lord.
Good. I trust you are prepared, Sovereign of Vermund.
Will it really be all right? I'm not about to be charred, am I?
Fear not. You are in no danger. The dragon shall be under my control when it appears. Come. Let us press onward.
What is it? Has something happened? You ought at least rest for the evening. There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern. Not sure how much longer I can.
First, assess the field. Then,
Sets my thoughts down dark path.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Too much excitement is rarely a good thing. Beg pardon if my hospitality's a bit lacking, sir. My duties tending to the excavation tools take up most of my time. But if you seek a bed and you've the coin, 'tis yours. No questions asked.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
Our adventure continues.
Off we go, then.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
My shift's over.
Got to face the point.
Whatever lurks here, shan't. Time to be steady. I do not tolerate idle chatter during missions.
I
ought to be getting home.
I think I've earned it.
I'll not steal. I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
Pray, speak up should you notice or to miss.
Well now, I'm a lucky man. Thought I was waiting here for naught. But when someone finally does come along, 'tis you. I've always wanted a real fight with you, one-on-one. Here's my chance. You're not holding back on me, are you? Sir, listen.
It's Sir Ragnall, Master. We've not heard a whisper of the man since he parted ways with the gate, yet there he stands.
Seems to desire a bout. You ought to fight him alone. We shall await you here. Best of luck.
This is absurd. A fool's errand this. You're not present in this battle. You're not here for me. Well, so be it. My contract only bade me deliver my employer to the tower. I sought to battle you to the death entirely of my own accord. But I can't enjoy it. Not like this. So go. And when next we meet, we'll settle this properly.